what I have for DXY. So the same I always look at USD CHF, DXY, USD CHF, Euro USD, and GBP USD. So this is my USD CHF. Almost it has almost a similar setup like DXY because they correlate. So that's the weekly high, the weekly low. This around the 50% fee, but I expect maybe a flip from this area to take it all the way low. That's for USD CHF. Looking at Euro USD, and I almost yes. Yeah, and this now my Euro USD. This the previous weekly high, previous weekly low. This around the 50% fib. But because of the momentum we had last week and even the previous daily, so for me to look at this area to buy around from this area, that's a setup that might happen maybe on Monday. But if that does not happen on Monday, then I don't think this area will be valid. I'm looking at this area to be around 50% of the daily. But if that does not happen around on Monday, then maybe that area will be invalid. Around, pardon, sir. Then I'll be looking for maybe an area, a pullback to maybe around. I can see. Hello, sir. Hello. Can you now hear me? Yeah. So let me continue. So this my GBP USD. Yes, and this the weekly high and the weekly low. And previous daily high and previous daily low as of Friday. So I'll be looking for a retracement to maybe around 50%, which is around here. And this area coincides with this supply that was invalidated. So that might be used as my demand to take it all the way high. And if that happens, this might happen maybe on Monday if there's a good pullback. If this area is violated, then we might look for a deeper retracement, maybe to around this area or around here. There's another supply demand here to take it all the way high. But I don't expect very deep retracements because of the momentum we've had last week. I expect the momentum to keep on taking the dollar low and expect buys and highs on this. So these are the three pairs that I always look at. I always look at GBP USD, Euro USD, and USD CHF. Then I also always look at GBP AUD. And when I look at my weekly, the weekly was we had bearish momentum, as you can see. So I'll be looking for possible to keep on selling the pair to lower, but it is also at a very strong area on the weekly. So I'll be very cautious on that. when I look at the daily on Friday, the daily was not bull, it was like a retracement. So I'm looking for maybe on Monday to keep for it to keep on retracing. And I'll be looking at this as my first area, which is around the 50%. When I get a confidence around this area, I might consider sales. The second area will be when this fails, I'll look for sales on the higher area, and that's the same to Euro AUD. I'll be looking at this area mainly because the 50% and there's also a flip from that zone. So that's what I'll be looking at from next week. So what I always so so for example, this GBP USD, what I look for, I always look for this area for the price to tag in this area. Then I wait for the close of the 4-hour candle. So when that 4-hour closes with a sign of maybe a bullish or a bearish, that's when I now look for possible entries on 1 hour. Like now, for example, last week, very unfortunate I did not take this trade for this DXY. We had a very good push up. Then we had a change of character here at this zone. Yes, I was just going through it and I've journaled this one. I've just been doing that ever since in the morning. That's what I've been doing. So we had a change of character here, as you can see. Yeah. Yes, I do. I always, there's a book I always have. There's it. Let me, if I can get this book. I have this book. This is what I always sometimes use to journal. But for this one, I had not just journaled it, but I was doing the analysis so that I journal. But I'll add it on my journal. So for this one, we had a change of character here, a retracement, the 50%. The reason I did not take this trade is because when I looked at one, I was looking at both GBP USD and Euro USD. And for GBP USD on that day, on this day, we can see the 4-hour, we were still on a downtrend. From we had this high, this low, then this high, then this low. So I was expecting the market to retrace to maybe around this zone, to take it all the way to this low, around here. But that did not happen. So I was a little bit confused on which I took a loss on this trade because I looked for entries around here for sales, and it was I did not enter exactly at this zone. I waited for the previous daily to close, so it was around here. So what happened? This was the trade. There was this Monday daily, very bullish. Then I waited for this like a doji on Tuesday, but that I did not enter immediately at that around that area. I waited for and this was the previous daily. This was on Tuesday. This happened on Tuesday. This was on Monday. Then it was taken out on Tuesday here by this candle here. So I was looking for sales around this zone to take it all the way. So I waited for this 4 hour to close this candle. It closed and I took a sell. This was my setup. I even have it. My sell was around here. Let me just show you. It was around here. Uh, uh, my stop loss was above this high, and I was targeting this low. A risk reward of 1 to 2. This is the trade I took. So I was in the trade. It came. It showed. Yes. 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 Yes, I followed my rules on the entry. The only rule I did not follow, I think, was on risk management. I did not risk. I was to risk $20 on this trade. Unfortunately, I did not risk 20. I risked more than 20, and that's the main thing. Meta, I even don't know, but that's also a learning process. But I risked more than 20. Do you know, Meta? Sometimes I on the first trade, yes, I risked 20. I risked 20 here, and I was the following day when I saw this 4 hour, this one, I saw this candle, and it was like very momentous, and I saw it was now moving my direction. I added another one, and unfortunately I was just taken out. Yeah, I scaled in. This is the reason I scaled in, because of this candle. I saw this 4 hour again, and it was very bearish. In fact, I saw like it was engulfing. It had not engulfed fully, but I saw like it was engulfing. When you come on the 1 hour, the 1 hour, this is the 1 hour. In fact, this was the previous daily high around here, and let me just make it up. No. A minute, sorry. Just a minute. Yes. So this was the previous daily. So when I saw it came to that previous daily high, this 1 hour, and it had a very good reaction. And I saw this 1 hour engulfing is when I scaled in and I was taken out. So that's the trade I took for this week. I took a loss here. Mm. Mm. Yes. Yeah. But Menta, for this setup, my rules. The only rule I did not obey is I scaled in when it was not the right time to scale in. That's the only rule I did not obey. But yes, I was looking for. Of course, last week on the 4 hour, I was looking for. This was my protected high, and there was a very good pullback to that area. So I was looking for and I waited for one day. I waited for this daily. It closed this daily. It closed. It closed like. As you can see, I waited for this daily. It closed almost with some bearish signs. I waited for the following day. It also broke the previous day's low, so I was okay to enter that trade. The only mistake I did is I did not follow the risk management. I did not manage properly. Yeah. 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 It's okay, man. Euro USD. Okay, I'm in it. Euro USD. This is the weekly. Just a minute. Yeah, that's the weekly. So that you want to see the larger one? It's okay. Just, just a minute. Let me make it even more larger. Yeah, buying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's okay, man. It's okay. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes. Yes. Yeah. 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 Mhm. Yeah, there are birds distracting me when I'm getting some insightful content from you. It's okay, sir. Sir, that that's let me just so the problem when we look for on Monday, I think the first setup happened on Monday at around this was on Monday from my area it was around 11 a.m. Yeah, that was the first setup. But when of course I could not personally I could not have taken that immediate setup because when you look at the previous weeks, last week we had like a doji to the downside, and I maybe expected the market to just maybe retrace like this was my high around here, and this was the low. So I expected maybe a retracement to around that area to sell. I only maybe the second setup is what I could have gotten, but I think one thing I did was yeah, I think this was I think DXY, sir. Yeah, this was the supply that was destroyed. Yes. So for me, I was looking for these sales around this area, but buys to say, but I was to look for sales around that area, but when I saw this was my original setup last week when I analyzed, I was to wait for maybe sales around this area to take it low because that this area was not destroyed. But when it was destroyed it was destroyed on let me confirm on Tuesday. Then I changed my direction to buys because when it was taken up, I was waiting for a retracement to that area. But let me yes, this was I was looking for buys around this area, and let me being honest, I took a buy here I think I took a buy here around here, and my stop loss was. I even have the screenshots. My stop loss was around here, and I was targeting this high again. Yes, I took a loss again on this trade with this setup. I was just tweaked out. The reason I took around this area was when on the exact time on DXY, I saw this 4 hour doji, a 4 hour pin bar around here. It was this a sell. I'm sorry. Let me sell here. So I took around here. It's okay. It's okay. Just I took, and my stop loss was here, and I was targeting this low again, just the same low. My yeah, my yes, Meda. Yes, Meda. I'll explain. I'll explain why I put my stop loss here. The reason, yes, this was the demand that was destroyed, just as you had said. This demand, sorry. Okay, just a minute. Let me move closer so that you can see well. This demand, this demand. It's okay. So, mm, oh, DXY. Yes, I can see. Yeah, yeah, honestly, very true, man. Very true. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 50%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, man, that was my That was my setup. One, you see, when we go in the 15 minutes, when we go in the 15 minutes, you can see there was something like a change of character. Even on the 1 hour, it can be seen. Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Meant honestly, so those were the two trades I took for the week, and I was yeah, I'm learning. Of course, maybe you see, I'm very close, as you can also see, very, very close. This one, of course, it was a very nice setup, very clean. The only mistake I did immediately, for me, immediately tapped into the zone, immediately it tapped. In the 4 hour, as you can see, the 4 hour, this is the reason, this is the reason I entered, honestly. Immediately it tapped, immediately it tapped. Let me zoom out so that you can see. Immediately it tapped, there was pin bar, this pin bar, our pin bar around here. I think, can you see it, sir? Around here, around here. Yeah, that's the candle I used to enter and play the stop loss above, targeting this low. Yes, it came. I was in some profits. Then, unfortunately, yeah, it's okay. Yes, my stop loss I think was the reason. My stop, yeah, yeah, So I yesterday I let me for yesterday there was this setup though I did not enter because it was a Friday and Friday is mostly the market sometimes is always very choppy. So this was yes. So this was the yeah that I did not enter though it was also a very clean. This was the supply that was this was the demand that was destroyed. Let me just clear this. Let me get rid of this setup. And mostly, so this was the thing yesterday. As this was the supply. This was the demand that was destroyed. So I was waiting for it, a trade to that because I did not look for a very deeper retracement because the momentum of the day was high. That's why I did not look for a deeper retracement. So this area made sense for me. Of course, I could have looked for an entry here, targeting that low, but I did not because it was a Friday and most Fridays, I don't. They are not always nice days for trading, but it played out very clean. Ran direct to the to my take profit down here. So that was the summary. My summary for the week. I took two losses with a very good analysis. The market going my direction, but I had two losses because I think of the tight stop loss. Yes. Yeah. 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 It's okay. So mentor, this they also the same reason I'm following the same approach I had last week. So we had a change of character. I don't expect a very deep retracement because of the momentum. That's why I'm looking at this zone. So from the advice I've gotten from you and what I've just learned right now, is I to enter this trade around here tomorrow. As I'm entering around here, then it will be around here. I'll place my stop loss. I'll ensure my stop loss is above the zone, maybe around above the zone, and target this low. But because we this will be my target for the week around this area. Yes. Yeah. 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 This one here. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Meta, the problem is last week, I think I used really showed a very good sign and I entered. That's why I entered Euro USD. I think Euro USD was not ready. DXY showed like it was ready, but Euro USD was not ready. I think that's also the mistake I made. It's okay, sir. It's okay. It's okay, sir. I think I'm still learning. So, Meta, let me ask you another question. Assuming Monday opens and we don't see any retracement on DXY, we keep on buying. I think one thing that always confuses me sometimes is when, for example, we are in a downtrend and the market opens immediately continues with the downtrend instead of retracing. Uh, for example, like on Monday it opens and we still see a sell on DXY. Tuesday we see a sell on DXY. Do we expect that the market will come back and the call may be done for the week? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's okay. So for next week, I should just, as long as this is my closing price, assuming it opens at this zone, and maybe there's a small retracement. That's why for me, as long as a retracement, this zone and a confirmation will be a selling area for me. As long as it opens above this zone, then we are good to go. That's a retracement. So I just look for confirmations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay, man. For I'll wait for the market. I'll wait for the. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it's okay, sir. I think this information is very very important for me. Very important. Yeah, 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 yeah. Honestly, Amanda, honestly, being honest, there are very many people who trade in our country. But you will see I've always sticked to you. I know I've been very stubborn at sometimes, but so it's for the good of me, mentor. I just want the best for me. And I see the only place I can get this is from you. That's why I've been very stubborn, disturbing you the time. But I just hope you persevere with me. Mentor, in case if 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 I bought a Range Rover from this, you will be the reason why. And I want that to happen. So that's why I've been. And I'm trying my best. I just hope all goes well. I hope all goes well. I'm now. I'll be looking at the fundamentals also for the week, so that I get to know on which days I expect which news and what, so that I plan well. Yes. Yeah. 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 It's it's okay, mentor. It's okay. I'm going to put all this into practice. I'm still learning, and learning is continuous. Of course, this market. What I've learned about this market also is that this market keeps on. Uh, you must always drift with the market. You don't have to be very rigid. That's one thing. Yeah. Example case. Yeah. It's okay, mentor. I'm good. Mentor, I don't know what I'll do. I have $50.